Well, everybody, wow, is this crazy? Here we go again. Here we go again. There has not even been hardly any time to really put something together to adequately address what we've seen. So this is Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, ex-immigration officer, sharing with you guys this amazing announcement that we just received from immigration. It came at 11:30 a.m. Mountain Time this morning, and it is 3 p.m. Mountain Time, only about, 4 hours, maybe 3.5 hours later. And in truth, there has not been enough time to really, unpack everything that's in here that we've just seen. But we can talk about some high-level things, and then guaranteed, I'm going to be releasing new videos that explain what this really means for everyone. And I think a lot of you have had a chance to maybe see what I'm talking about. So let me flip over here to my screen so I can show you guys, and I'm going to just adjust this a little bit so that we can see it, so that everybody can see it very well. I'll shrink this one back a little bit, and that looks good right there. Okay, do you guys see what we've got here? New pathways to permanent residency for over, get this, 90,000 essential temporary workers and international graduates. Why? Why? Many people are asking, why did this happen? Guys, it comes right back to the same reasons that they did Draw 176. All of these individuals with over, 27,000 invitations to apply back on February the 13th, Draw 176. The reason is because of the annual levels planning. They're trying to get 401,000 people in. Over 108,000 of those are going to be economic class immigrants through the CEC, the Federal Skilled Worker, the Federal Skilled Trades. And on top of that, over 80,000 through the PNPs. Well, they're just not going to hit those levels. Last year, they didn't even come close. Like they were half, if even half, less than half of their target for 2020. And this government is pro-immigration. All of you out there that are watching this video, understand Canada may have its problems. The pandemic may be a disaster. But when it comes to immigration, our doors are as open as immigration can open them. And those of you, I'm going to be on the Spousal Advocates live stream tomorrow. If you're part of that group of spouses that have been separated horribly, I'm going to be joining them tomorrow in a recording that's going to go out to that group, the Spousal Advocates. So for sure, that's one cohort that suffered tremendously. But that's because of the pandemic. It's because of the border closure. It's because of office closures. It's not because immigration doesn't want to process applications. Yes, they probably could have made some decisions. They could have changed things up a little bit, but those realities are independent from their desire to bring people to Canada. So this announcement right here, new pathways to permanent residence for over 90,000 essential temporary workers and international graduates, is designed to help Canada meet the levels planning that they have set for 2021. It's April the 14th, okay? February the 13th, big splash. Let's see what we can do to transition as many people through CEC as possible. In November, I appeared before the Standing Committee on Immigration to talk about the impact of COVID on immigration processing. One of the things that I actually proposed was what we've seen right here. I proposed that they take a look at the frontline workers, that they take a look at the candidates that traditionally would not be eligible, that are in Canada already, who have invested tons of money, resources, time, and shown that they're worthy every bit as much as anyone else to be transitioned to permanent residence. But maybe they're working in low-skilled jobs. Maybe they're individuals that don't qualify because their occupations, remember when I say low skill, are in a NOC C or D. Well, what has happened here? This is crazy. This is unbelievable. So let's take a flip back and let's take a look at this and dive in a little bit deeper so we can see, at least at the 10,000 foot level, what things mean, like what this announcement means for everybody. And remember, we are all still trying to figure it out. There's way more questions. So I will absolutely go in and answer questions that people are posting. Igor is in the background. He's going to be posting some links so that everybody can see where the policies are. And so if I flip back over here to the screen, let's take a look at what we have. So you can see this was just announced by Minister Mendicino just this morning, April the 14th, 2021. And the goal is 90,000. And this is the key, guys, essential workers. So it's not open to everybody, that is in a low skill job in Canada. But if you're in the category that's classified as an essential worker, or international graduates who are actively contributing to Canada's economy, this is the target. It's designed to help all of those international students just like you who were laid off, who lost their opportunity maybe to qualify through CEC because they weren't working and couldn't accumulate that 1 year of skilled work experience. This is what it's targeting. These are all things that we've been talking about, and I've been speaking personally on behalf of the Canadian Bar Association with Minister Mendicino himself, as well as the other government departments, on ways in which we can transition people that are in Canada already to permanent residence so that the government is able to meet their levels planning. And lots of people have different views on this. I was just in a detailed call with the Conference Board of Canada recently. There's an upcoming immigration summit that's really targeted to a lot of these topics. We're going to be diving in a lot deeper in May next month. But at this stage, me, Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, I am a low-skill kid. I come from a poor farm here in Alberta where my father had a grade 6 education. My mother had grade 10, and she is a frontline, and she was a frontline healthcare worker. And so I come from a very humble background with growing our own gardens for food, raising our own chickens, having our own cattle. That's what I grew up from. So do I see my parents as being any less contributors to what Canada is today, having very low human capital? Do I see them as contributing any less than someone who has a high education like I do now? Heck no. And so I absolutely love what has just happened, you guys. I absolutely love what's just happened. So back to the screen, let's take a look and see. April the 14th, what we're getting at here is there are new programs designed to capture essential workers and give them pathways to permanent residence. Okay? So you can see right here that it will grant permanent status to temporary workers and international graduates who are already in Canada. So right off the bat, you guys, those who are outside of Canada, once again, you're being left in the dust. Left in the dust for the primary reason that with the travel restrictions and the orders in council prohibiting travel, they can't bring you here to meet the quota. So they have not forgotten about you. You are still there. The ability that you have to immigrate, I know for some of you who are capping out and have age problems, yes, I feel for you. This is not helping you. But for the people that are still outside looking to come, the government, I can tell you, once these borders open, they're going to be processing like crazy. And we already talked about in my first live Q&A today, the immigration live Q&A, that just 2 days ago, they announced that they're going to start processing. And you need to start getting your acts together in terms of updating your documents. Go back and watch that video that I just released earlier today at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, that live stream, because at the beginning I talk about one of the changes that the government has announced with respect to no longer automatically granting extensions to get documents. Why? Because they know things are starting to settle down in some countries. They know which visa offices are open in which countries. They know where you can get biometrics. And so those things that were prohibiting people from moving forward before, they're now telling people, all right, get ready. We're going to be reaching out to you. You're going to have 30 days to provide this stuff. So start working on it now. That is a good sign. So for outside Canada, that's a good sign. It still doesn't mean you can travel, but it's positive. But right now we're focusing once again, just like that big massive 176 draw, we are focusing on people in Canada who have been laid off, unemployed because of the pandemic, who have the ability to make a significant contribution to our country. So you can see here, one of the factors that they're looking at as you're going through all of this, excuse me, a little sneeze. One of the things they're highlighting here, you guys, is that these essential workers are really those who possess skills and experience we need to fight the pandemic, and not just the pandemic, but accelerate our economic recovery. And what does that mean? It means the Canadian government understands that immigration is going to play a critical role. So I will say, all of you political parties out there, whether you're conservative, whether you're NDP, whether you're the Green Party, the Liberals get it. Like, they understand that immigration is a critical component to the economic recovery of our country. And that is what they're saying right here. The importance of having this recovery and a quick recovery is going to largely depend on the successful integration of immigrants, newcomers to Canada. Okay, so you can see here the focus. This is key. Whenever they say focus, that's where the priority is. This new pathway will be on temporary workers employed in hospitals and long-term care facilities. That's the healthcare side. So if you're in one of these occupations, this is a big, big boost for you. Okay, and those on the front lines of other essential sectors, as well as international graduates. So what are other essential sectors? Well, we're going to take a look at that in just a second here. And then international grads who are driving the economy of tomorrow, right? So those who say, oh, as international graduates, have they forgotten about us? You know, and they were waiting. People were waiting all last year to be able to get good news that there was going to be some pathway, because it was so bleak. As a post-grad student, you know, who had a work permit, who was laid off, who couldn't work, couldn't accumulate the time for Canadian experience class, you were sitting there tearing your hair out, wondering, is there even a future for me after spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to school? Is there a future? Well, this screams right here, yes. This is the current immigration department saying, you international students are a priority for us, and we understand your plight, and we're going to do something about it. And they've done exactly that. So what have we seen? We saw the 18-month extension. And I told you guys, if your postgrads are expiring, and even if you have an express entry application in the queue, if your work permit's expiring, it's better to use the pilot if you can than to use the bridging open work permit, because the pilot's guaranteed regardless. You'll get 18 months. So that's one tip that I give you. But let's dive in here and let's see specifically what they mean by occupations, because this is driven, you guys, by occupations. We'll get to the Francophone stuff later. Actually, do you know what? Let me just talk about a few other things. This, you can see there's a number for a reason. 90,000 essential. And I'm going to show you right here, there's something else you must understand, is that these streams here, effective May 6th, they will start taking applications under these following three streams. We at Holthe Immigration Law, you guys have to understand, we are ready to help you with this. And those of you who are stumbling, trying to figure out how you're going to make this work, this is a one-shot deal. $20,000 for healthcare, $30,000 for temporary workers in the essential occupations, and we're going to cover those. Healthcare up here, essential occupations, we're going to go through those in a second. And then $40,000 for international students who graduated from a Canadian institution. So much to understand. We're not going to be able to get through it today, because I am going to leave some time for questions for all of you that are watching. And we will do more lives, because it's just not possible to get through everything. And I don't want this to be a 3-hour session. So probably tomorrow, if I can squeeze it in, we'll do another live and we'll talk about this. Or I will do a recording. But I've got clients right now that are going through as part of those Feb 13ers, that 176, and our office is really busy. But this stuff is unbelievable. It's so cool. Okay, so let's take a look at this, okay? I want to show you this. The streams will remain open until November the 5th, 2021. Why? Because the goal of this is to help meet the levels planning, the 108,000 immigrants that they are trying to land and complete this year. Now, they're not going to, if they take an application on November the 4th, they're not going to be able to turn around permanent residence so that person lands in Canada by January. I would be shocked. But there's a big, huge emphasis that these people will land this year, that they will be able to meet help to meet this quota, these annual levels plan. And what does that mean? The number of immigrants Canada wants to take in 2021 is 401,000. Of those, 108,000 were targeted to economic immigrants, and 80,000 plus were targeted towards provincial nominees, which are also economic. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with here. So let's go through this. And so you can see here, it will go until November the 5th, or right here, I'm going to highlight this, or until they've reached their limit. So which is 90,000 will be admitted under these 3 streams. Okay, so you must act quickly. You must be ready to get your application in. Like I said, within our firm, all you have to do, and there's a link below, probably in the description, I think, go to holthelaw.com, and all you have to do is go here and book a consult, and we can get you set up. We can get you started down this path. Okay, this is critical that you don't delay, because once that cap is filled right here, once you go through, and if we scroll back down here, once we hit the 90,000 is hit, once 20,000 is hit for healthcare, the cap is reached. Once 30,000 applications are reached for essential occupations, that's it. All right. Now, what are these? What are these healthcare positions? Let's take a look. And actually, I will show you one other thing. What we're talking about right now is very high level. I'm not diving in deep into what the specific requirements are, because there just isn't enough time. There's too many programs. In addition to those three cohorts that we've talked about here, if you go down, you will also see that the government has also promoted more Francophone options, French-speaking or bilingual candidates. They've created 3 additional streams with no, right here, guys, no intake caps. This means that they value Francophone speakers so much that they are desirous to create streams that don't have these caps above. We'll talk about those. We'll talk about those in a day or two. I'm going to leave those for now. But you can see right here, as you go through, there are public policies that are detailed on all of this. You click on this link, it takes you right here to the policies, and I believe Igor's been sharing this with everybody. The public policies, they're dated April the 12th, but they just came out today, April the 14th. So all of these policies are all designed to breathe life into what these programs are supposed to look like, how they're supposed to work. And it goes back, all of these that are listed April the 12th are the ones that have more detail. We're going to leave those for now. It doesn't serve us a purpose right now to dive in deep, because what people want to know is, what are the general things? What is going on? What does it mean to be an essential worker? Do I fit? Let's start with healthcare professionals. So if we go into here, you can see right here, and actually I jumped ahead a little bit. These are the eligible health-related occupations. So you can see here, it includes a broad occupational category 3 of health occupations, with the exception of veterinarians and animal health technologists. 5 occupations from the broad occupation category are also eligible occupations. So education, law and social, community and government are also eligible occupations. But let's look specifically at them. Let's dive right in to see if you have won the lottery, okay? And I want to start off, before I dive in here, I know I keep teasing you guys and teasing you, but I want to start off by giving a very, very big thank you. I wish that I had the right music for this. I wonder if I do. Let me just see. I got to find the right one. Yes, that'll work. I like this one. I want to start off, before I launch in here, I want to start off by playing this music and thanking all of you frontline workers out there who put your life and your health on the line to serve us food at the grocery stores, who worked in the fast food restaurants, who provided help in the ag sector, who worked in the extended care facilities, who were directly exposed face-to-face with the virus, who put your health on the line, your well-being on the line. All of you out there who work in all of the essential occupations that are going to be listed here, all of you who've worked in the healthcare fields, I want to give you a massive shout out and a thank you. And we're gonna turn this on here. A big, huge round of applause. That wasn't loud enough. That was better. Thank all of you for what you've done, and you deserve this. This program announcement from the government, every single one of you deserve this. So let's see who is going to meet the threshold. The very first threshold. Then after we get through these, then I'll answer questions, okay? And we'll spend the last half hour just answering questions. And those of you who want to tune out, check out, and dive in deep yourself into all of these public policies, go ahead, do it. Igor will have put those links up there for everyone to see. But you can see, if you want to find them, the best way to do it is to go here and you can just search, Google this, new pathways to permanent residency for over 90,000 essential temporary workers and international graduates. Google that. You'll see that it's released on the 14th, and then scroll down here till you get to a detailed explanation of all eligibility. Click on that. It will take you here, and then you can read the policies, okay? Let's take a look at the eligible occupations. This is what people want to know, okay? Look at these. High level, yes, skilled. Any position that has a 0, a 1, a 2, or a 3 that is in this second position place is skilled. And they would otherwise have an opportunity for Canadian experience class. But let's take a look. So you can see nursing coordinators, registered nurses, specialist physicians, doctors, dentists, optometrists, chiropractors, allied primary health practitioners, other professionals, pharmacists, dietitians, audiologists. You can see all of these on here. Respiratory therapists. Oh boy, respiratory therapists, you're darn right you guys should be on here. Cardiopulmonary technologists. Big shout out to you guys. Another applause. Awesome. Radiologists, techs, radiation techs, medical sonographers. You can see all of these, even hygienists, opticians, massage therapists, dental assistants. You can see all of these individuals here, but this is what I want to point out, okay? If you look here, any occupation that has a second digit that is a 4 or higher is a low skill. It's ones that would not otherwise have opportunities for permanent residence. So as we go through here, I don't want to skip past them because these are the ones I want you to pay attention to. Dental assistants. See that? That is a skill level C. Nurses, aides, orderlies, patient service associates. Big shout out for you guys. This is awesome. This is so awesome. Other assisting occupations in support of health services. Do you see that? Those 3 there would not come on the radar. They would not fit before this announcement. Only if they were working in a province like Alberta on an LMIA or in an occupation that's related to their education in Alberta, those individuals could potentially go through the Alberta Opportunity Stream. And in some other provinces, they had some programs. But generally speaking, these people right here who put themselves on the line right here, especially, they would not have pathways to permanent residence, okay? But we're not done. We have one more, and that's this one right here. Home support workers, housekeepers, and related occupations. Right here, another big round of applause. You fit. And you guys can read all the rest. They're there, okay? So that's the first program, all right? So eligible occupations, and this is for eligible health-related occupations. If we jump back here quickly, how many spots do we have? 20,000, okay? So get moving. If you're in that category, move quickly, okay? Next, let's go to Annex B. Other eligible occupations. I have to stretch this. I have to shrink this one down maybe a little bit. There we go. So that you guys can see them. This is the massive one that I called for. I called for this in my testimony that I gave in November to the Standing Committee on Immigration. This is the one right here that I called for. You frontline workers, you international students who generally speaking become postgrads, work in service-related industries. This is the one. I don't know what else to say other than I am so excited about this. Oh, so excited. Let's take a look. Enough suspense. Here we go. What do we got? Sound familiar? Cashiers, look at 6. That is a low skill occupation, no chance, remember. 6621, service station attendants. Thank you for being able for me to go fill up my car and you being willing to work in that service station. Store shelf stockers. Thank you, all of you guys in Walmart who filled the shelves with food in the evenings, working those brutal hours to make sure that I could pull the food I wanted for my family off the shelves. You clerks at the front checking people through. You guys are awesome. You're on this list. Other sales related occupations is super broad, very broad. But you can see here, sales support occupations, these ones right here are phenomenal. And why are not all of them included? Remember, you guys, these ones here are considered selected essential occupations. That's the difference. That's why it's not opened up to every possible service-related position. It's those who are servicing essential areas. That's the difference. I need a drink of water here. Woo. Okay, let's drive down. Construction trades. These are all skilled. Okay, but you've got your contractors and supervisors, telecommunications, pipe fitters, trades, carpentry trades. Do you guys understand? It's so hard. I wish I could explain the context because so many people just don't understand what's happening here. Federal skilled trade program is horrible. There are only so many people that can qualify through that, and it's really difficult. Look at this. I want to show you this so that you guys understand. We're going to go right here. I'm going to flip my screen back. I'm going to do my search that I've searched 100 times so fast. I only need to type in ROI for Google to know where I'm going. But I want to show you something, okay? These are the rounds of invitations. Let's go back. We look today, April the 14th. It came. The PNP came. Number of invitations issued, 266. There's only 266 people that are being nominated through the express entry streams through the PNPs. This is so low, but that's the way it's going. So 266, 753, it's only PNP. If we go back, it's following the pattern. Look at this. We go back to the rounds. You can see what happened. I've already shared this in my live Q&As. You can see the pattern. As of January, we had the Canadian Experience class. We had one on the 21st. And then after that, it was always PNP. This was on the Wednesday. Then in this case, this massive draw, that happened on the Saturday. But after that, Wednesday PNP right here. Then there was a holdout, no CNCs. But as of March the 17th, PNP, CEC on the Thursday. PNP on the Wednesday, CEC on the Thursday. PNP on the Wednesday, what do you think is going to happen on April 15th? I'm going to say that we're probably going to have a CEC tomorrow. What is the total? Well, if we went from 449 here, pull it up, 449 here to 432 here in 2-week period, I'm going to say that we're probably in the 420s if we're to do another CEC on April the 15th. I'm going to say in the 420s. Okay, but that's not, I got sidetracked. That's not where I'm going. Let's take a look and see how many federal skilled trade draws we had last year. Okay, let's go down. Flipping, no program specified, federal skilled trade. August the 6th, there were 250 invitations extended through express entry under the federal skilled trade. It's completely useless. All right. I shouldn't say it's useless, but it's very difficult for someone to qualify. All right. Now, what has just happened? This is another tip that I want to explain because people don't understand sometimes what this means. When you have supervisors, carpentry trades, you can say installers, and then we get to the core trades, machinists, tool and die makers, sheet metal, boiler makers, structure, ironworks, welders, electricians. All of these people now have a pathway through this program that they may never have had through CEC or the Federal Skilled Trade Program. Big shout out to all of the trade level people who are working in Canada out there, keeping our infrastructure working, functioning. that are going into homes when people, this is a good example. Okay, well, actually, let me keep flipping back here. Okay, I wanted to go down here so I could show this, all right? Look at this, 7251 plumbers. What I'm getting at is these individuals were going into houses of people. When everybody else was quarantined, these people were going into homes where pipes were burst in the winter, where basements were flooding. These trades were on the front lines. These trades right here deserve every bit as much a right to immigrate to Canada and to be here as individuals who have a PhD or a master's degree. That's where I'm at. Okay, so look at this, gas fitters, all the trades, unbelievable. I am so stoked about this. This is so awesome. Other installers, repairers, servicers, and material handlers. It covers everything. Pest control, fumigators, longshore workers, material handlers, okay? All right, now this is the one that I am just as excited about. I can't believe this. I'm going down this list, and I swear, every time, it's making me get giddy, almost like a little boy. It's like I'm opening my presents on Christmas. That's exactly what it's like. It's like me, little Mark Holthe, who's like 4 years old, who is on Christmas. It's Christmas Day and I'm opening up my presents and I'm so excited. And I just opened up one that was so awesome. And then I go back here and then I see on this list, transport truck drivers. And then I go back here and I feel like I've just opened up the most awesome present from Santa. And then I've got another one. What does this mean, you guys? What does this mean? And I don't mean to be kind of goofy, but realistically, that's how I feel sometimes. Truck drivers have consistently been tied to PNPs, provincial nominee programs. And what more critical occupations do we have than truck drivers, low skill, bus drivers, subway operators, taxi drivers? You guys, big massive shout out to all you taxi drivers and limousine drivers out there. You're on the list. Courier, delivery, oh my goodness. Like, are these essential? Are these essential occupations? I think every single person who's watching this will agree with me. These are essential. You know what? Before I jumped on here live, I'll be honest, I had not had a chance to look at this list, but this list is blowing me away. I need another drink. Heavy equipment operators, public works, rail yard. Look at guys, these are all low skill. Boat and cable ferry operators, water transport, other automotive mechanic installers. And then we even have the trades helpers. These were never taken into consideration. Constructions, these are the guys just working outside or the girls outside doing the work, the grunt work, they're on the list. Other trades helpers, public works, railroad, motor transport laborers. Big shout out. All right. And here we go. This is the one near and dear to my heart right here. This whole group, agriculture, mining, oil and gas. These people have traditionally been overlooked. So overlooked. There's an ag program. Yes, there are pathways forward, but these individuals here, harvesting laborers, this is so cool. So cool. Landscape grounds maintenance, aquaculture. These are traditionally not on the list. 8-6. Do you guys see that? Low skill. And then what else is essential? Mail delivery. And then here we go. Retail salespersons. Unbelievable. I'll be honest, guys. I actually didn't even expect to see that on the list. I did not expect to see this on the list. Retail salespersons. This is crazy. Who are the retail sales? It's the people working in the mall who are there servicing you as you go in, who are exposed, front line, right? Our economy has to function. Who's filling these positions? By and large, it's you international students. Do you see where we're going? The government truly does care about you. They truly do. This is insane. This is so amazing. I am so proud of my country. I cannot tell you how proud I am. Okay, let's see who else we are as we're diving through here. I never intended this to go so long. I might have to tell my consult at 4 o'clock. I'm reviewing an application, but look at this. General farm workers. Oh, I cannot bypass this. You cleaners, out there. Janitors, thank you. Big shout out for all of you out there who now have a pathway forward. Unbelievable. I am so ecstatic. General farm workers, that was me. I was a kid working on the farm. I was hoeing the garden. I was feeding the cattle. I was baling alfalfa in the fields. I was moving sprinkler pipes in the summer because we had hand move where you had to unconnect and manually move them, not these big pivots. That's what my summer was spent as a kid, being one of these. You guys are worth it, and we want you. Nursery and greenhouse. Oh yeah, we're just kicking into that season. Fishing vessels, trappers and hunters, process control, industrial butchers, fish and seafood plant workers. Yes, tons out in Eastern Canada. Big shout to all of you out in Eastern Canada who are doing that, working in those facilities. Awesome. And we're not done there. You can see all of these: agriculture managers, immersion, home child care providers. Yes, you elementary teachers. Yes, teachers assistants. You guys traditionally have always been given the shaft. You've never had an opportunity. Butchers, ticket agents. Oh yeah, you guys, one of those for you too. This is all of these occupations. You can see why they're on here. Laborers in fish processing, laborers in food processing, landscape, agriculture. Like, there are so many here. Okay, I have spent enough time going through here, but I think you guys get it. This is greater than Draw 176. This is bigger. This is more massive than 27,332 invitations being extended to CEC candidates. You guys who thought you missed out, you skill level Bs who thought you missed out, I missed the draw, what am I going to do? Now you have options. This is unbelievable. So, wow, this is crazy. And thank you, Igor, for going in there and posting. He's the one, Canadian Immigration Institute on YouTube, posting. Okay, let's go back. I don't even know where to start here. We're just about where we can devote a few minutes for questions. It was just so much to unpack. All right. Okay. Alan says, appreciate what you're doing. You're welcome. Great news, says Amir. Absolutely. It's phenomenal. Andre, hola, ¿cómo está? I'm grateful that you could tune in here. Okay, let's see what we've got. Ripu says, I qualify for both other essential occupations and international graduate stream. Which will be faster and easier? We do not know, Ripu. We have no clue. And in all honesty, I'm almost partial to pursuing both if there's a possibility. Okay? There is so many questions that people have. And so the main thing I know that people are asking is eligibility and the duration of the programs. So when it comes to that level of detail, like I said, guys, I'm not going to dive into it in this video because there just is not time to do it. And so I know lots of people are asking, what are the eligibility? Like I said right here, if you were wondering, let's jump here to this one. If you are wondering, go to the public policies that we shared and that Igor shared. So this one here you can see is designed for foreign nationals outside of Quebec with recent experience in essential occupations. Okay, this one's essential. Same thing here. This is for French-speaking foreign nationals. All right. This one here is to facilitate permanent residence for foreign nationals with recent credentials from Canadian institutions. Those who are wondering, this is the one that you click on. This is the one that you open up so that you can get background information on it, the public policy considerations, the conditions. I'm not going to dive into it, but this is where you can read it for yourselves, okay? And I would love to go in, and I will go into in depth, I will. But at this stage, we're sticking just at the high level because otherwise I'm not going to be able to get to any questions here. So that's where you go. The resources are there. You can access them. If you have any questions whatsoever that are specific to you, I ring the bell because all you need to do is to go over to our website and book a consultation. I can tell you by the end of tonight, I will have this unpacked. But I had meeting after meeting today. Right in the midst of the announcement, I was doing a live session for young immigration lawyers. And then I transitioned to this very cool initiative I'm doing with the program that allows me to do this called eCam. We're looking at an eCam for lawyers. I was working on that with them. And then I interviewed a new lawyer that I'm hopeful, it's looking really positive that I might be bringing another lawyer in. and now I am doing this live stream. And so I have not had time to dive in deep to look at this stuff. Okay, let's dive in and let's look at some more questions, okay? So as far as which is faster and easier, I can't answer that. Okay, Addie, good to see you. We've got Sabby, PM me. Sabby, you know the way to do it, my friend. Go to the website, click on book a consult, and you guys can choose your own consult time right now. You can jump in there. You can book your own consult. You can do it all right now while I'm still talking here. That's how easy we've made it for our clients. And trust me, I know the urgency for you guys. Okay, it's great to see you, Michelle. 2 times in one day. Absolutely, it is my second time. Yes, former high school teacher. You guys are hilarious. You're very welcome. What does it mean for the FSW draw? Okay, understand, you guys, that with travel restrictions in place, you were not going to be able to come anyways. Until the travel restrictions are opened, it serves no purpose for the government to be issuing invitations and having people fill out applications when there are probably 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 federal skilled workers who are already in the queue waiting to come. So the government knew that they had to meet the 108,000 this year, and the 80,000 for the PNPs. Well, what is this going to do to them? Once again, what is this draw going to do to the provincial nominee programs? Once again, no one's talking about this. And the provincial nominee programs, I think, are once again going to be suffering because a lot of these candidates are going to be pulled out. I think of Alberta right now. Separate discussion, I digress, but there's so many things that are happening here that we have to take into consideration. Just like Draw 176, there's going to be massive ripple effects to the provinces and their provincial nominee programs. But for FSWs, guys, you're going to have to hang in there, okay? You're going to have to hang in there. And as Igor indicated here, the official government announcement is in the description of the video, okay? All right, jumping through here. I love the fact that you guys are sharing it with other people, but hopefully this is helping, and I will do more. Subscribe to the channel, absolutely subscribe. Click on the notification, the bell, so that you're notified. And when I go live again, we're going to dive in a lot deeper. It's just I have another client, an actual client that I'm doing a review for, and it's at 4 o'clock, and we've got deadlines, and so I can't go longer than 4. Okay. And if you're asking very specific questions, I'm also going to ring the bell and encourage you to book a consult. But let's see what Betty has here. I recently graduated from 8-month program plus 4 months co-op term. Valid job currently. Am I eligible under the new policy announced, or is it mandatory to have 16 months education? I'm ringing the bell because those answers I'm not going to be able to dive into right now. And any questions that are specific, do I qualify? Am I eligible? Those are really legal questions that you're going to need to click over right here and book a consult with myself, Alicia, Susan, or any of the other new lawyers that I'm going to be adding right away to the firm. Okay. Okay. Shane says most of NOXI jobs, but mainly international students with postgrad work permits having NOXI jobs, and they should have 1 year work experience in Canada. That is the initial indications that we have. That is the initial indications. Okay. Wow. What a development. My Canadian dream is dead. Outland for 520 CRS score. Your dream is not dead, Holthe. And if you think it is, you are sadly mistaken. If you're in Outland and you have 520 points, I'm assuming that you have French or something that's giving you extra points. And so if you're in that range, understand FSW will restart and you will still have an opportunity. All right. Okay. How much should proof of funds for student plus the spouse? That one also can't answer. Okay. And that's right. We've got a lot of people posting questions here. Okay, let's see what this Patel says, thanks for letting me in for your amazing course. My question is, what do you think the processing time would be for this new program? Because I'm in the position where I can apply for CEC and this. Do them both. Patel, that's a great question. Whenever we have multiple options, pursue all of them. Pursue everything that you have the opportunity to pursue. And then when the government forces you to choose, then choose. You do not know what's going to happen. Maybe with express entry, you don't do things properly, and then it falls apart. What is Patel talking about? The amazing course. I am so grateful that that was brought up. Those of you who have options, an easy, very quick, if you go in the link below, it should be in the description as well. You can go to the Canadian Immigration Institute, and the link should take you right here to the Express Entry step-by-step course. I am launching this on the 19th. And I'll tell you guys something. In our live sessions that are going to start on April the 19th, which is Monday. So you can just watch this video right here. It'll explain all about my step-by-step course. You can look at all of the previous people who've just taken it. The course material covers every aspect of Express Entry, but contained within this is a masterclass. And that masterclass is where I jump on live for 1 hour every day for 2 weeks, Monday to Friday, starting April the 19th at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 Pacific. But I go live every day for 2 weeks answering your questions. And I can guarantee you guys that we're going to be talking in that course not only about Express Entry, but about how it plays off with this new announcement. And so the course is valuable for someone who's taking Express Entry. It's a value for people who are interested in knowing all of their options. But back to the question, pursue everything that you can, because you never know. You pursue every option in case one gets bounced. Even if you think one's going to be faster than another, pursue everything that you can. Keep your options open, because these are one-time things. These caps, once they're reached, once those 90,000 are reached, or November, it's not coming again. The Francophone people, there are no caps with that. Okay. Okay, keeping going through here. I see Igor's doing, and you guys can see Igor's posted in here a lot of the links, okay? Okay, and we can see answers are coming. That's great. Igor's been doing a good job of answering in the background. Boy, time is just about up here. And I know lots of people have questions, and we are going to get to them. If you're watching on Facebook or Periscope, you can always go to the YouTube channel and see a lot of the links that Igor has been posting in response to the questions. Okay, and Outland, yeah, we've talked about that. I've addressed that. Yeah, so Yadwinder says, do they get into Express Entry Pool or just apply Get PR? This program is not associated with Express Entry. This is outside of Express Entry. These are brand new streams that they've created. Okay. Okay, so Michaela says, given I graduate in June, does it mean I apply right away for PR, or should I still apply for postgrad work permit? That is a question, Michaela, that we're going to hold off and we will get to in the next video. All right, and you can see Igor, stay tuned. Absolutely. Okay, and lots of people are asking these questions. Wow, there are so many. Yeah, and George says, George, previous subscriber, George is awesome. George has come back, and you can see here, George right down here at the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see me moving him around. I think you can. That's George's. He took the course. So let's see what George has to say here. George says, is this new program for international students easier than CEC? I am jealous now. Already filed my EAPR under CEC. George, you are ahead of the game, my friend. You are in Canada. You're ahead of the game. Anyone who goes through this is not going to get processed any faster than you. You are in fantastic shape. Fantastic shape. Okay. All right. Let's see if there's anything else here. And lots of people I know are asking about FSW and detailed questions about eligibility. Let's just see here if there's anything else. This Facebook user says, thanks for tagging me. I love it when you guys tag each other and let them know we're live. Okay. All of these questions are awesome, you guys. And I apologize, I can't get to all of them. Thank you, SK. God bless you too. This is just so exciting. The news, it's so exciting. Okay, and this is one I'll end with Adi here. She says, does it mean that people who have created their Express Entry profile are most likely to get invitations? No, these are separate programs. At this stage, it does not look like they are going through Express Entry. Now, like I said, we're going to do another one. We're going to unpack everything. I'm going to teach you everything that there is to know about this. And in future recordings and sessions that I'm going to be releasing in the next few days here. But at this stage, consider these as separate streams, because remember, all of these occupations, those low skill, we're never qualifying through the Express Entry process. That's why I'm so excited about them. All right. Whew, that was awesome. All right, guys, I am going to turn on the music And thank you so much for watching. So exciting. Those who are jumping on at the very, very end of the day, this has been all about right here, the new pathways to permanent residence for over 90,000 essential temporary workers and international graduates. That's what we're talking about today. Check out the links below. There will be access where you can go in and you can read yourself. Read, see what you can learn, and then we will unpack everything else after this. We'll make sure that, that things will go well. And Igor posted here, spots will be filled immediately, act fast. I couldn't have said it better myself. All right, guys, thank you for watching this special episode on this amazing announcement. It's just like 176. If you have any questions, subscribe to the channel and you will get updates. I'm going to start doing some videos even this evening. I'm probably going to do some videos talking about this. I may even go live once again, but I've got to review this client's application. Clients are first. Clients are first. All right. Take care, everybody. It was awesome having you join, and take care, Deval and everyone else. We'll see you later.